All I want for Desi. What's going on, everybody? Today, I'm gonna show y'all how to make the juiciest New York strip steak you've ever had. I'm gonna trim off some of this excess fat. Then I'm using the Chicago steak seasoning to season the steak. I'm gonna season it liberally. Some salt. Some fresh ground pepper. Next side. Make sure everywhere gets seasoned. Salt. Nah, that's a well-seasoned steak. All right, I got my cast iron pan on medium-high heat. Waiting for it to get up to temperature. All right, everybody. You know the pan is ready and at the right temperature when it's starting to smoke. You can see the smoke coming off the pan. It's at its smoke temperature. And then add a little vegetable oil to the pan. Swirl it around. And I'm going to gently lay the steak. Push it down to make sure all the steak has contact with the pan. And we're gonna let this do its thing for about 4 minutes. You don't wanna disturb it too much. You wanna let this crust form on the steak. Gives it that nice crunch and flavor. All right, y'all. I've also prepared some garlic and rosemary, which we're gonna baste our steak with later after we flip it. Just crushing the garlic. So we're gonna release that flavor into the butter. Steak is still cooking. I'm gonna push the steak against the edge of the pan to help render that fat down a little bit. All right, I'm gonna kind of render out some of the fat on the side of the steak. Render out means just cook it down. On the side of the New York strip steak, there's always a fat piece on the side. You just wanna make sure it cooks down, render it down a little bit. Then we're gonna flip it. You see this crust on the steak? That's exactly what we were going for. It's gonna be nice, crunchy, and flavorful. I'm gonna do the same on this one. I'm gonna flip it. Using about 1.5 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons. Also gonna add my garlic and my rosemary. I just want to let this saute here, wait till it becomes very fragrant. Then I'm going to baste my steak with the butter. So we tilt the pan so all the liquid comes to the end. And we just pour the liquid on top of the steak. This adds the flavor of the rosemary and the garlic and the butter, as well as cook the steak on the inside. Alright, looks delicious. It smells delicious. Alright, again, I'm gonna baste it with this nice brown butter. Keep the steak nice and juicy. These bad boys are about done. Now I'm gonna loosely cover the steak with the foil. Let it sit for about 5 to 7 minutes. It's gonna be fire. So juicy. Perfect medium.